Fox 4 News starts now.
I thought I commented. Not guilty.
Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price leaves federal custody with a vow to fight the corruption charges from a 3-year FBI investigation. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. The FBI accuses Dallas County's longest-serving politician of masterminding a $1 million bribery scheme. John Wiley Price was arrested this morning on charges of bribery, mail fraud, and tax fraud. The feds say he and his associates received more than $1 million in illegal financial gains over 10 years and committed tax fraud by concealing large sources of income. 3 of Price's associates, Daphne Fain, Kathy Neely, and Christian Campbell, are charged as well. Sean Rabb was there when Price left custody this afternoon and joins us first on Fox 4 News.
Clarice, Price left court smiling, just as he had smiled as he sat in a federal courtroom awaiting his initial appearance, an appearance where he pled not guilty to charges of public corruption, which include, the government says, bribes, fraud, and tax evasion. Now, he was shrouded by a field of cameras and microphones as he left the federal building, repeating the phrase not guilty to almost every question reporters asked. Price and Kathy Neely, who you see here with her attorney Cheryl Watley, along with 2 others, Daphne Fain, Price's longtime assistant, and a 4th person, Christian Lloyd Campbell, now all face a 13-count federal indictment in this public corruption case. The government says for 10.5 years, Price had a financial benefit from consultant Kathy Neely and Christian Campbell. Companies they represented would get favorable votes to win county contracts.
And he accepted approximately $950,000 in cash, in cars, and in land from consultant Kathy Neely, also a defendant in this case, in exchange for, 1, using his influence and position on the Commissioner's Court to act favorably on behalf of Ms. Neely's clients.
U.S. Attorney Sarah Saldana said Price did the same again for the clients of consultant Christian Campbell, and that the commissioner provided confidential insider information about Dallas County business. Daphne Fain, meantime, Price's longtime top administrative aide, the 2 of them always together, she is not included in that part of the indictment that speaks to corruption. But the government says she aided Price in hiding money by opening 10 different checking accounts and making deposits and withdrawals. And the government also charges Price made and hid money through the business that Fain operated on the side, MMS. Now, while Price's attorney, Billy Rafkin, would not talk, nor Neely's attorney, Tom Mills, representing Daphne Fain, did share with the media.
She's accused of having her business, MMS, kind of intertwined with Mr. Price, and that's been true since the first day it opened. It's never been a secret. He got a loan for her to even start the business. He's always been a signatory on the account. That's nothing new. It's just a question of whether she did anything illegal.
And it was certainly a surreal moment today to see the commissioner and the others handcuffed behind their backs, shackles on their feet, enter the federal court on a chain of other criminals today accused of breaking the law. Their appearance took just a few minutes before the federal judge, who asked about 5 questions. How old are you? What year were you born? Are you under a doctor or psychiatrist care? Are you of sound mind? Do you understand the indictment? And are you prepared to enter a not guilty plea? If so, how do you plead to the charges contained in the indictment? All answered today, not guilty. Now, Judge Barbara Lynn, who will preside over this case, you'll recall she also presided over the Don Hill public corruption case. Price was asked today if he's going to resign, Clarice. He said absolutely not.
All right, Sean, normally defendants must have no contact, but Daphne Fain works for Commissioner Price, so what's going to happen?
You know what? That's one of the conditions that the magistrate today, Paul Stickney, put on them. They are to have no communication about this case, but it's kind of awkward because she does work for him at the county, and the judge did say they will be able to communicate with each other about county business, but not about this case. Even her own attorney, Tom Mills, said it was kind of, quoting him now, awkward.
One more question, Sean.
Yes.
Commissioner's Court, is it in session Tuesday?
They're on a 3-week break, and this happened in the middle of that break, Clarice. But Mr. Price said he was going back to work. He's been at the commissioner's building, the administration building, every day while the other commissioners have been on break. He says he's going back to work. He is under indictment, but he is not yet found guilty, and Sarah Saldana expressed, of course, the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, that these allegations have been made by a grand jury. So, yes, he will be back at Commissioner's Court.
All right, Sean Rebb in our newsroom, thank you. Now, tax fraud is a major part of the complaint against Price. For example, prosecutors say he co-owned a business called Mailman Sales, that's M-A-L-E, with Daphne Fain that sold novelty items and clothing. The indictment says he received $134,000 from that business, but never reported it in taxes. He also sold African art from his home advertised as the John Wiley Priceless Collection. The feds say he made $50,000 from that venture, but no mention of it on his taxes.